Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing like a soft spoken perfume tour or like collection tour, whatever. It is raining outside. I do have my window cracked because I don't know, I love having my window open when it's raining and I feel like it adds to this vibe that I have going on here. But anyways, let's just get started. So first I'm going to start with body mists and then I'm going to go into perfumes. Right, so the first body mist I have is this. It is a Vampire's Blood. It's actually like a body shimmer, but it's Vampire's Blood from Bath and Body Works. I put it in this heart-shaped jar I found at an antique store, and I just noticed it has this second heart detail on the front of the bottle. Anyways, this smells very strawberry to me. It's part of their Halloween collection, but to me it's a very summer scent because it does remind me of this perfume that I had. It was like one of my first body mists growing up. My mom was like super sensitive to scents and she like kind of hated perfume, so it was one of the first fragrances I was allowed to have. I believe I got it at Kohl's or somewhere, and it reminds me of being like 9 years old, like the summer before 5th grade, and kind of like the fall of 5th grade, when the summer going into 5th grade, I would play the online Pixie Hollow game a lot. I played it like pretty much all summer, and I'd play at my mom's office, and she had like this wooden desk, and above her desktop computer, she had like some shelves. It was like a wooden hutch, and I would like put the perfume up there because I was like obsessed. I was like a real woman now. I had my own perfume, and I would play Pixie Hollow, and then later in the same room I started reading Harry Potter, so they're just kind of connected. I did end up ruining that perfume because I wanted it to be glittery. Can I help you? I don't know what that's about. But anyways, I wanted it to be glittery. Little did I know, I could have just waited a couple years and I could have got this. So I decided to put craft glitter in the perfume bottle, and I ended up clogging it, and I was no longer able to spray it, and my mom probably threw it out because I couldn't use it anymore because I had ruined the mechanism that like sprays, because I put glitter in there. So don't put glitter in your perfumes, but now I have one. This is such like a summery, like ripe strawberry scent to me. I don't understand why they marketed it as a Halloween scent. Like, I understand they wanted something to be red, so they went with strawberries, but like a strawberry scent, that's like so summer to me. But anyways, I'm gonna put the ones I've talked about already over here. All right, next I have in this beautiful Egyptian perfume bottle, I have Sweetheart Cherry by Bath and Body Works. I do like that the perfume itself, or like the body spray, is pink, but the bottle is also pink. This is my largest bottle. It is quite literally bigger than my head, taller at least. I love this body mist. It reminds me so much of like a juice or like a cherry gummy. Like, I just want to bite into it. It's such like a juicy scent. Like, it's sweet. It's like a cherry candy, or like specifically like a gummy candy. And this reminds me of the summer, last summer, the summer that I moved to this apartment, because this was, I got this scent at around the beginning of living here, and I, would just wear it when I first started living here. Right. Okay. Next, I have Moonlit Goddess by Bath and Body Works in this purple Egyptian perfume bottle. I love that it has flowers on here. They're actually like raised, so there's a nice texture to that. I also like that it's lined. It very much reminds me of like a wallpaper. The top is a little bit broken, so it is a little bit sharp, but I love the flower detail on here. I think it is so pretty. This perfume has a little bit more of like an alcohol-y note. Like, it smells a little bit more like a perfume and like an alcohol note. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. I was gifted this for Christmas by my mom and my aunt. They also gifted me the matching body wash and lotion, and I've been pairing this with actually Snowflakes and Cashmere, which is going to be the next one I talk about. But the notes on this one are French lavender, pear blossom, and golden vanilla. As I would self-claimed vanilla perfume girly, I don't really smell any of the vanilla in here. I could smell the pear blossom a little bit, but I'm not French, so I'm not really getting the lavender. I don't know what French lavender smells like as opposed to regular lavender, but I'm not getting a lavender note at all. I would say Moonlit Goddess is a little bit of a fitting scent. I would say Goddess for sure, because it is kind of mysterious and I can't really place what I'm smelling, but it's kind of a mysterious scent, if that makes any sense, which it probably doesn't, but that's how I'm going to describe it. All right, and like I said, our next perfume is Snowflakes and Cashmere, once again by Bath and Body Works, as almost all of my body mists are. But I saw this Egyptian perfume bottle as the same time that I saw the pink one that I have Sweetheart Cherry in, and I told myself I was only getting one that day. Obviously, I left with more than one. I'm not sure if I mentioned that this was also a gift with the matching lotion and body gel or shower gel, just as Moonlit Goddess was. This is also a Christmas gift. This is a vanilla scent. This, I would say, is very similar, like reminiscent to EOS's Cozy Cashmere Vanilla Lotion. It's a very sweet vanilla. When I picture, like, what the picture that it conjures, like, brings to my mind is a really, really thick knit sweater, like thick, you can see the yarn like woven and knotted together, and it's like really high, and then it like has that cuff that folds over, really big, and it's like this, it's white, but it's almost just a little bit like off-white, like it's not like a pure white, it's a little bit darker. It's not gray yet, but it's like, right on that borderline between being like true gray and like a white. It's like a little dingy white, maybe you've worn it a couple times, been to the wash, whatever. But you're wearing your big sweater and it's also snowing outside and it's December. But just that really big sweater always comes to mind when I smell this for some reason, which is interesting because I've never owned a sweater like that. I've never owned a big thick sweater like that, let alone one that like has a cuff that folds over. But this bottle is so beautiful. It reminds me of the Time Turner from Harry Potter. And I feel like I chose both of these bottles for these 2 scents because I feel like they match the original bottles pretty well. Like we have the gold and the purple for Moonlit Goddess, check. And then I know this is more of like a gray silver, but you know, I feel like that's pretty close. Thought that was very fun. All right, next I have this Wicked Watermelon Scented Body Mist from not Bath and Body Works, Five Below. It is a shimmer mist, as you can see, and as you can see, I was in the process of trying to remove the top so I can decant it into this beautiful perfume bottle that I also got at the antique store. That is where I've gotten all of my vintage or antique I almost coughed. Try not to choke on my saliva in this video, but I get all of my perfume bottles that like I decant into from antique stores. I've gotten them from various different stores in my area, but if you just look for perfume bottles or Egyptian perfume bottles, like once you know what you're looking for, they're like everywhere. I have like a spidey sense almost for them. Like I'll be walking down an aisle, like I was walking to the front of the antique store. It's not really a mall, but I was walking to the front of the antique store to get a basket because I was like, I'm gonna need a basket for this trip. And I just stopped at my tracks and turned, and there's a bottle right there. I don't know, but this is, it's a little, in person, a little bit more of like a teal, a little bit more blue than this green, but I did like the color. I've always wanted a perfume bottle like this, so I'm very excited that this actually works. That is a concern of mine with buying antique or vintage perfume bottles, is that the like spray feature isn't gonna work, the atomizer, whatever it's called, I don't know, but it's not gonna work. That's why a lot of them are Egyptian perfume bottles, because the way you open them, I'm just gonna use this. Oh, I'm gonna use this one over here. This just has some of my skincare in it. You just, and then you dab it on wherever, and yeah. So I know for a fact that those are gonna work. I don't have to worry about anything being sprayed. But anyways, super fun, very excited. This is proving much more difficult to open than the Bath and Body Works ones are though. Anyways, this is a very sugary perfume. If Harry Styles ever wanted to come out with a watermelon sugar perfume, I imagine this is what it would smell like. But watermelon will always remind me of the summertime and my dad cutting it in the kitchen. Like that's how I knew it was summer. Like not like when the equinox happened or when it hit a certain temperature or it was like, you know, above 60 for like a week or whatever. It was when, not like when flowers bloom, any of that. It was when I'd come into the kitchen and my dad would have a watermelon from the grocery store and he would be cutting it up. That's how I know it's summer. My dad always has like fresh cut watermelon on hand at our house at all times. And it's just always been like that ever since I've been little. Just open the fridge in the summer and we have watermelon. It's like, you know, what do we need from the grocery store? Milk, eggs, watermelon, butter, bread. Yeah, I got this obviously because it was Wicked themed, but it also smells really good, and I'm really excited to wear it this summer. All right, let me put this away. Not break anything. All right, then I have Strawberry Flirt, which I got this year on their the semi-annual sale. That's what I'm trying to say. I love the texture on the bottle. I think that's so fun. Where's it? This really smells like the beginning of living here because I wore it. I really liked the Sweetheart Cherry. I got them at the same time. I really liked that one. But then I wore this one and I asked my boyfriend if he liked it, and he said he liked it. He's like, oh, that smells really good. And then I was like, I want to smell good for my man. But at the end of the day, like, I wash myself, so who really cares what perfume I wear? I am with myself like 99% of the time. He's not, okay? He could suck it up if we're gonna get into some interesting sense, but he'll be fine. And this is interesting because obviously it's Strawberry Flirt. He doesn't like strawberries, so. But this is a very, like it reminds me of a little bit of this berry picking patch that I've been to a couple times in Michigan when I've gone up to visit family. My dad has family up there, so in the summer, like if it was right, the seasons were right, you know, we'd never go intentionally to pick berries, but sometimes if we went up there and like it was the right time, something was ripe, we'd go pick strawberries, blueberries, whatever, berries. And it reminds me of just that like sunny little farm, like a sunny strawberry field. I just heard my neighbors yelling, so sorry if you can hear them. They were fighting pretty intensely yesterday, and my boyfriend and I couldn't figure out who it was. We live in an apartment, so this is my neighbor outside. He's on the phone. That's chill, but we couldn't figure out if they were outside, upstairs, across the hall, next door. But at one point, I was in the bath and my boyfriend was in here, and we were texting. We're like we didn't want to say anything because we were like trying to listen to figure out where it's coming from. So we were texting, and he said, "And the mama." I was on Instagram Reels at this point, so I didn't hear this, but allegedly somebody said, "Fuck you and your mama." So, crazy, I guess. All right, last body mist. Oh, pretty much. Is Champagne Apple and Honey by Bath and Body Works. My fall scent. This is so good. It is very champagne apple. Like it's like a sophisticated apple orchard. Like it's like apple picking, but like in cocktail attire. Like it, which is very like interesting combination, I guess. Because if you've ever been to an apple orchard, that is, you know, it's the grass and the heels wouldn't work, you know. But that was my fall scent. I got that scent at Bath and Body Works the day I went to my first like haunted house with some of my friends from Narcotics Anonymous. So that was super fun. That was like one of my go-to fall scents. All right, on to my other perfumes. I'm gonna do these two right here. So this is Vanilla Bourbon by, I believe it's Mix Bar. Yes. Anyways, I just got this at Target. Also in the middle of trying to decant this. The ones like with this top are very hard to get off, so I get to get this part. But this, I got this at Target because I was in my dark academia phase. I just read The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Great book if you haven't read it. It'll change your life for a couple months if you're like super obsessive like me, but it's still a really fun read. Anyways, That's in my dark academia. Like, I was like, I have to like uproot my life. I have to be dark academia now. So my boyfriend at the time was at Target, and he texted me and he was like, do you want anything? And I'm like, yeah, get me an alcohol scented perfume, like whiskey, bourbon, tequila, margarita, something, you know, wine, something that has like an alcoholic drink in there. And let me just say, he ate. That's the only thing he ate, but he ate. This is like one of my favorite perfumes ever. I would consider this like my signature scent. I get so many compliments on this. Like people are like, oh my god, you smell so good. I'm like, Target. I've now seen Mix Bar in Walmart as well. I haven't specifically checked to see if they have vanilla bourbon because I still have some, but it is like vanilla bourbon. It's like a sweet vanilla, like I feel like it's a very seductive, a very sexy perfume, but it is also like sweet and cute. Like, I don't know, like it's not like, it like has kind of like, it's like a sweet dark vibe. Like, I don't know, like it's like double-sided, you know. I say I don't know, and then, you know, not making any sense, but like it could be like a very like a feminine perfume, but I like a sweet flirty perfume, but I also feel like it could be like kind of like a dark seductive perfume, and I just love it so much. It is my favorite scent. The bottle that I'm planning on decanting that one into is this Art Deco Holy Water bottle that I got at the antique store. It's got two different. This is a little fun. It has this, so I guess you can just like drop a couple drops, or the whole cap will come off. So, but I saw this and I was like, this is so cool. I have to have it. All right, the next one I got is Forbidden Cherry. I just got this at Five Below. I love a cherry scent. Yeah, it just smells like cherry. It does remind me a little bit of Lost Cherry by Tom Ford, which was a perfume that I really wanted for a while, but then I was like, Tom Ford's like kind of expensive and you're kind of poor, so I will now just be living vicariously through this one. It is like a darker, more seductive perfume, whereas a Sweetheart Cherry is, I feel like, a little bit more like fun and like, I don't know, a little more flirty, like, whereas like I feel like she might have a gun in her purse. Sweetheart Cherry has like bubblegum lip gloss, you know. Okay, and then because I plan on decanting that as well, this bottle. I went to this antique gift shop. It says gift shop, but when you Google it, it comes up as an antique store, so whatever. Definitely has antiques there. And like a lot of Russian antiques, so cool. But oh my god, it's pink. I love pink, but I do like the like kind of broken glass texture it has. I think that's very cool, but let's focus on the stopper because oh my god, it has this bird, it's got flowers, leaves, it is literally stunning. Oh my god, oh my god, it is just so pretty. I saw this and my jaw literally dropped. I was like, you're coming home with me. And she did, in fact. Literally everyone go home. I won. Now, I am not entirely sure what this bottle was used for. I haven't really done a lot of like looking into like antique bottles and stuff. I'm just like, whatever. I just be using whatever I want to put my products in. Like this is one of my night skincare serums, and it's literally in like a salt pepper shaker bottle. Sorry. whatever, it fit the vibe. This is so pretty. It's like I could stare at it all day. It's so pretty. Everybody go home. I won. All right, now onto the perfumes. So this one obviously is not decanted because I think the bottle is already so beautiful and perfect as it is. This is the Glenda perfume. It has like a different name, Bubbly Glenda or something, but this is the Glenda perfume by Ariana Grande. It says Wicked for Good in gold, and then it's in a pink bottle, and then my favorite detail is it's Glenda's crown. Sorry, my phone, this is a low battery, but I love the different, like, it looks like bubbles and sparkles, and it's just so beautiful and detailed, and it's so perfect. I love it. This one, I thought it was going to be a little bit sweeter than it is, but it very much reminds me of when I used to host at this winery. They'd have in the summer these seasonal like sangria spritzers, and they'd be like pink grapefruit and orange or whatever, but they had these like pastel kind of mixed labels, but it just reminds me of those where it's like a sweet, fun, like fruity, bubbly alcohol taste. No, I am very afraid of wearing that one out because I searched so hard to get it, and I finally got it. Like when I got the notification that it was delivered, like I literally had been looking. Sephora didn't have it, like no one else had it, like people were reselling it for like crazy amounts, or like I'd go in the car, you find a listing and it's just the box. I hate when they do that. But I just couldn't find it anywhere, and then randomly I found it on Amazon. They had like one in stock. I immediately ordered. I like no hesitation, I immediately picked it up when it was delivered. And now I'm like afraid to wear it because it was a little bit expensive, and I went through like a hunt to get it. So, all right, the next one I have in 2 bottles actually, because I had it in 1 bottle originally, then I got the second one and I was like, yeah, I feel like this bottle is just more fitting for the vibe of the perfume. So anyways, this is Eilish by Billie Eilish. This is the body mist. That's why earlier I kind of said yeah, because I don't consider it a body mist because it lasts long like a perfume. But this bottle is so beautiful. I love the gold flower details, how it like twists around the bottle. So beautiful. I love the like kind of crushed textured glass they have in the middle to make up the flower. This is so good. It reminds me of when I went down to Charleston to visit my friends and my boyfriend's friends in college over the fall, like just before Halloween, and I got ready for a frat party, and one of my boyfriend's friends, his girlfriend had this and like offered me some, and I was like, you are the most beautiful woman alive. And also one of my coworkers used to wear this all the time, and I'm like, please stop, I'm going to like eat you, you smell so scrumptious and yummy. Like how, what? Obviously this is the body mist because I think the bottle is so cool. I wouldn't have like decanted it, but I think this bottle is equally as cool. Now the second bottle that I tried to put it in, because the body mist was black and gold, and this Art Deco is also black and gold also. Like the wand is so long, but it's so cool. It reminds me of like a telescope or like a lighthouse, but it's got these really pretty flower pattern around it. I just think it's really fun and cool. It's definitely a different vibe than the rest of the bottles I have, but I think it's pretty unique, and the perfume smells so good. It's vanilla, but it's like sexy vanilla. I love it so much. Okay, what have I not done yet? Right. Okay. I sleep with my windows locked, okay? Don't fucking try it. Wonderstruck by Taylor Swift. This is one of the first perfumes I ever got. It was a Christmas gift from my grandma, and it was a like gift set. It came with a little lotion bottle. It was like itty bitty, like travel sized, and then it also came with, I believe it was a shower gel, because I remember having it in the shower, and I don't think it would have been like a shampoo because it was like super tiny. But anyways, this bottle is so pretty. It's purple and it's like a little transparent. You can see the liquid inside, but it's also like iridescent. You can't really see it in this candlelight, but it's got these like iridescent, almost like rainbow shimmer to it. And obviously, like, the top of the bottle is so cool. This like golden textured designs. It's just, there's nothing specific like flowers or anything. It's just like signs, and I think the charms are so cool. So cool. This perfume, I think I mentioned it earlier, my mom's super sensitive to scents, so my mom hated this perfume, so I never really wore it, and I don't know why it's like half full, because I didn't wear it that much. My mom would like touch it, and she'd like be like, because I guess she could like smell it on my hands. I can't smell it on my hands, but it's like, I feel like it was a really perfect scent for Taylor Swift at the time, because it's like it's like young girl, but it's also like kind of powdery grandma, and it's like sweet, like this sweet young innocent vibe about it, but then also like this kind of like classic older woman smell. It's like, reminds me of like a rural teenage girl trying to find her first like perfume scent, you know, and she like, all the like older ladies around her have this like powdery perfume scent, and so that's kind of her go-to. So she's like 16 in high school, and she's like wearing grandma perfume, which, no hate, I love grandma perfume, okay? I want to smell powdery and like old lady. While on the train of celebrity perfumes, I have the Alpha Wicked perfume as well. This is Wicked. It says Wicked for Good in silver. I like this bottle. I like the green, obviously, and the black. I do like the silhouette, but I wish they had made this a little bit more reminiscent of Alphaba's hat. Because like, I feel like, I don't know, this could be any perfume bottle, really. Like this, it's so obviously like her crown. Like, I wish they could have made this a little bit more reminiscent. Even if they didn't want to put like a witch hat, I could see how that could be like a little bit tacky. But like maybe like the texture from her hat, or just some element that, you know, besides the colors, that made it look like Alphaba. This is like also kind of powdery, but it's more of like, if the forest floor was a candy, like, you know the scene in Wicked for Good, I can't remember what song she sings, but she's singing to all the animals in Oz. I feel like if that forest was like a candy, it's kind of like green but sweet. You know, I should start using real notes and phrases, but the forest floor was a candy. Do with that what you will. All right. Okay, I had to Google the pronunciation of this because I don't want to sound like an idiot. Okay, I'm still gonna sound like it. So I have Replica by Maison Margiela. French people don't get me. It is a reproduction of familiar scents and moments in varying locations and periods. Okay, originally by the fireplace, province and period Chamonix. 1971. Fragrance description: burning wood and chestnut. Style description: memory in a fragrance. Okay, so first of all, I got this at Plato's Closet for $12. Which was, I originally became familiar with the brand because I was looking for a dark academia scent. And everyone was recommending Whispers in the Library by them, but at the time it was a little too pricey for me. So when I saw this, I was like, you're coming home with me. This smells like a fire in the best way possible. It smells like you've been sitting by the fire. I love this bottle. I don't know, it didn't come with a cap or anything to put on there, but I think this is like so seductive and like kind of sexy just by itself. Like I love the twine, like the string wrapped around, and then this label, it's like a fabric, as you can see it's kind of fraying. I love that detail. It reminds me of a band-aid, or almost like a band-aid. But this, you're sitting like by the fireplace in a big wooden like lodge, maybe on a ski trip or something, but it's like, it's not a wood cabin, it's like wood cabin, log cabin, but like mansion, where it's like, okay, this is not some guy's home that he built out of the pine trees in the nearby woods. It's like a full-scale production. And you're like in your cozy little sweater and you're sitting by the fireplace, and it's like nighttime. It's like, I love smelling like smoke, but like sitting by the fireplace, I don't like, I feel like it's a little bit too much, because then I go and like just the rest of the day it's just smoke. That's all I can smell, like it's just smoke, and that's all I can smell, and it's rolling, and it tends to give me a headache. But this is like a whisper of smoke, and it's so good. I wish, like, this has been like such a fall winter scent to me. I wish it was in April. I'm still wearing it. It's not April, but it's gonna be. I wish it wasn't March. I'm still wearing it though. I make my own rules. Okay, next up, back to celebrities. I have Cherry Baby by Sabrina Carpenter. I got this for Christmas from my boyfriend's brother and his girlfriend. This was the gift set. It came with a travel size perfume and hand lotion as well. So good. It is more reminiscent of the Forbidden Cherry, like that kind of dark cherry aspect, but it's a little sweet. I love the perfume bottles. I think they're so fun that they look like chocolate bars. My cat did break this one a little bit. You can't see it, but that's fine. There you go. Broke it, but I was able to pop it into place, like you can't even really feel it at all either. Alright, this one is Lemon Pie by Sabrina Carpenter. This is definitely my favorite scent by her. It is such like a fluffy marshmallow lemon scent. It smells like the best lemon dessert ever. But it's so fluffy, like it reminds me of like bouncing on like a marshmallow cloud or something. It's so light and fluffy and airy, and like, you know, like an eclair, how the bottom part is like kind of squishy, spongy. It smells like that. Like that's what I mean when I say fluffy and airy, but also just like, you know, like fresh. The window's open, you're baking in the kitchen, and like the wind is coming through, like the crisp, clean, like fresh summer air, and it's like, I shouldn't say summer, it's like kind of like a spring. It's like the first like really nice day, you know, you're like, maybe everything's gonna be okay, and it's like blowing through the lace curtains, the windows are open, you're gonna put this delicious, I can't open it, delicious lemon dessert, oh I put it on wrong, this delicious lemon dessert in the window cool down. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Next up, we have Caramel Dream. You'll never guess who it's by. Sabrina Carpenter. This smells weirdly 2000s to me. It reminds me of visiting your family member at their office job, and at like the receptionist desk they have like individual wrapped caramel candy. That's what it smells like. It smells like candy in a dish caramels, not specifically like hard or like bullseyes or anything, but just like a caramel candy. Really good. Okay, I think I just have one more left. This is my most recent edition, White Diamond by Elizabeth Taylor, because obviously I watched the Ethel Cain Smell Good video. I had to get the Ethel Cain perfume. It smells so good. Literally, I feel like this smells like my grandma. It reminds me of her apartment, her beautiful apartment, and just like how elegant she was, even though she was like old. Like, she was still a very classy lady. All my grandparents were, actually, but like, you know, just because she was old, that didn't let her like stop her from like, you know, taking care of herself. And like, she had a vanity and like the most beautiful brush and mirror set that her husband got for her, I believe. I have the comb somewhere in my desk drawer, but I love this so much, and it is really, I feel like I just put on 2, like, for each of my hot point. I was like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 sprays, and honestly I think I could go with 1. It's so like, it lasts forever. I put this on right before I left for my what? Do you want to smell like Elizabeth Taylor? Girl. But I put it on right before my 11 o'clock shift. I left at 10:30, so like 10:20 something. And literally my entire shift until like 8 p.m. I could still smell it. And then I could still smell it on my shirt the next day. What do you want? Do you want to come up? Anyways, literally obsessed with this. I don't know what Miss Taylor put in here, but it smells freaking amazing. I just wish there wasn't like, ow. I don't know. I feel like people are gonna think that I don't smell good because I smell like somebody's grandma, and it is like a more of a powdery scent. Yeah, but it smells like if you've ever opened a compact, like a vintage makeup compact, that's what it smells like, and I freaking love it. It smells like Old Lady. It's so great, and I feel like people are gonna like think it's overpowering or overwhelming, but I think maybe just 1 spray at each spot next time. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to all of my perfumes. This is my cat. He smells like he wants to snuggle with me, so we are going to go cuddle. He is purring so loud right now. Goose, do you want to say hi? Goose, say hi. Okay, thank you, bye.